A toast to the lords of music, both living and gone from this world. We ask you to assist us in our musical journeys and assist us and be kind to us as we drink. Thank you so much for making it possible for us to live so long, drink so much, and play so much guitar thus far. Please give us many more years. Who would you like to toast this week, Zach?
I know we just did it, but Eddie Van Halen, because I just started learning how to tap for the first time ever.
Woo! Eddie Van Halen. Prabhu, what's your man or woman?
It's gonna be Bill Kelleher from Mastodon because I joined his master class this upcoming Friday, so
Hey!
I'll get to actually interact with him, and I'm really stoked.
And steal his licks.
I know.
Steal all the licks for us.
Yeah.
Just all.
That's gonna be my one question. Can I have your
riffs? I'm just gonna panic, and I'm just gonna go with Rory Gallagher. He's an Irish guitarist, very influential under the scene for a lot of people. I think more people are getting to know him more, but he's just a really, really good guitarist, and I enjoy his music. So without further ado, a toast, guys. Thank you so much. What are you guys drinking today?
Jack Honey.
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. I'm just doing red wine. I don't even know what kind. It just tastes good.
That's red wine, right? It's all these.
It just tastes like old grapes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Prabhu, show us the way.
So I didn't really put together something incredible this time. I just kind of put in this riff that I've been playing around with, and it's more of like an exercise. So it's in drop D, so it's just basically jumping around. No, it's not really a structured riff. I'm making it up. I kind of as I go along, but it's mainly it's skipping around the strings a lot, so you can kind of keep a metronome and just keep going around.
So Zach is clearly getting it, and he's going to play it for us flawlessly in a minute. But I can tell you honestly, I don't. What are you hammering on generally? And are you going between A, E, or I should say not A? Are you going from your low D to your A string to your high D string? In this case?
So it's open on there, and yeah, this is a good exercise for hammer-ons because it's a lot more. The right hand is actually a lot simpler than it is. It's not like fast. It's just that. And then the last one, what you're doing is you're hammering on the D string, and then you're not actually picking the A string on the 4th fret. You're actually just hammering onto it. So you're doing this like. So you're only picking the D, and then you're hammering onto D. So I think the first time I heard that was in Listen to Periphery because they use that in a song. I think that's actually honestly one of their riffs, but like they do that a lot where they do this like it sounds a lot bigger than it is, but it's just you can do that in different strings where you're just picking on the D and then you just hit the A string. So rather than like it's a lot faster than 2-finger like kind of playing it twice. So I think it's a good allude because there's a riff by Periphery that goes it's like I forgot what it goes. I also have a weirdly photographic memory. It's doing a lot of stuff like that, but they're only picking like every quarter note or something like that. But they do a lot of the hammer-ons on the other string, and it was very surprising to me how like audible it was because sometimes hammering on without a initial picking can be really hard. At least, and you were talking about tapping earlier, and I think that's one of the things sometimes with some of the tapping, like what's that AC/DC song, the Thunderstruck? Like I find that can be really hard to sustain over time, like without picking it, But yeah, I think this is a good exercise kind of thing. I haven't made it into something, but just you don't have to do it on 1 and 4. That's just a big stretch. So it's I think a good exercise. But you can do it on 4 and 6. So I'm really only just picking. All I'm doing is and then hammer on. Yeah, you got it. That's cool. No, that sounded good.
So is the rhythm for it? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Nope. Yeah.
Is the rhythm for it?
No, so
right?
it's not da na da da. It's da na na na. It's hammer on the D and then straight back to the A string on the fourth. Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of bullshitting the rhythm. I just made it up, but it's kind of this weird polyrhythmic thing. So it's like, so it's kind of a stuttery like. So it doesn't go. It's like da 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 da.
Oh, so that first one's quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that drum line you were talking about. You said you like figure rhythms out fast. I feel like it's kind of hard sometimes with that kind of stuff, like a lot of super genty whatever stuff. It's like it's easier, honestly, if you have a metronome to kind of like because it's bouncing around. Because if I were doing it, it would be like or it wouldn't. If you took just one measure of it, it would sound off. But if you like extended it for 2 measures, it'll like wrap up, if that makes sense. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, a lot of that polyrhythmic kind of stuff. So that was just a little thing.
Riff out with it one more time. I want to hear the real deal instead of.
I don't know. I'm making it up. I don't know. I'm kind of making it up.
That's sick.
I need to take my guitar too, but you guys get pissed at me because.
Okay, mute Zoom and tune real quick.
Will do. Talks amongst himself.
Oh, so this Prabhu guy just needed a tune. Wait, Prabhu, real quick, are you tuning back and?
What's that?
Are you staying in drop D? I'm just making sure. Should we stay in drop D?
Okay.
Alright, I'll go up to standard
You see how easy that was, Kanem? You know, sometimes the bridges on these guitars just can't.
You have like a mute switch on your axe effects. You can just hold it down and tune.
But it's all the way over there. I have to like bend over to the axe effect.
Yeah, are you serious, Zach? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I just use the software.
Oh my god.
Hey Zach, have you opened your new axe effects?
Yeah, have you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, you haven't opened it?
No, you want to see it? I'll show you.
Why?
Can I switch? Oh yeah, there we go. There it is in all of its glory.
You're just a fractal warehouse.
Guys,
Bro,
it's even...
You have more unused fractal equipment than Dave Mustaine right now.
Set up Act 3. It's on my to-do list.
Is there something? Do you want to talk about it? Is there something that's holding you back from it? Is it?
I'm just not I'm not excited to have had to spend $2,000 on it. Be honest,
but it already happened. You're already 2G in the deep, dude.
I know, but I'm still looking at the giant hole in my bank account. I hate myself.
Are you gonna return it or sell it?
Dude,
no, I'm gonna open it, and I know I'm gonna love it.
Don't return it if you do. Sell it, because those things you can sell for more than what you bought it for.
I know, it's kind of messed up. But then I have this moral, questioning, am I a bad person for doing this?
Dude, you flipped Gibsons for a living. That's
that's different, though. But there's a difference between, and also I don't do that for a living. I wish.
Have you flipped one yet?
I do that for a couple $100 extra.
Wait, have you flipped one yet? Did you flip the one that you showed us last week?
Yeah, I overpaid for that one, so I just cut my losses on that one.
But he ain't even flipping yet, probably. Don't put pressure on us.
Okay, he's not a living, but he's flipping it with
is he flipping it?
Intentionally. He's trying to.
Is he actually flipping it or is he flopping it?
The homie's trying, man. He's got the intention there.
This light in my room is extra bright today. It's like the sun is on my camera. I'm trying to
the sun is on you.
I guess, but probably shut up. Yeah,
You
I mean, I
should
could
mute
have
my
waited.
guitar out later, but then it's just you saying, "Probably shut up,"
Probably
and
shut
they're
up.
just like, "Dude, why?"
Yeah. Crap. What was I gonna say?
You're not opening you're flopping on Gibsons and you're not opening your XFX.
I could have waited. I could have probably waited to like it would have taken a couple more months to like sell it for a profit, but I found one on Facebook that I think will be worth more, and I'm gonna wait till I get it so I can show it to you because Kanem's gonna really like it.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt.
You're gonna love it.
I'm excited for it.
It's a double cutaway, isn't it?
What? Wait, is it a? All right. First off, we have no planned agenda, and this is exactly how the show is going to go today. We have nothing specific to talk about except this double cutaway now. So,
oh, no.
just out of curiosity, is this a special or a standard?
Standard. That's the more expensive one, right?
Well, it can be. I mean, like it all depends. Like when I say standard or special, does it have P90s in it? Does it have if it has P90s and it like just has dot frets and everything, it's probably the special. Not saying I don't dislike specials. Mm-hmm. Like think of like what Keith Richards plays or Joe Armstrong. Those are typically specials or juniors.
It is a 2016 Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul Special double cut.
Oh yeah, you're never gonna sell that to me. You just said custom shop. I'm just like I'm not trying to have just like a custom shop in my house, just like you have your Axe-Fx in your house.
You don't want to miss
just for display.
You don't want to miss a month of rent.
I mean,
I do.
It's how much is rent?
He was in New York, man.
Yeah,
it's gotta be cheaper than that.
That's probably a month of rent then.
Yeah, I only pay half of it, so no. So it's funny that you say that because like I think we all go in ebb and flow in romanticizing guitars and thinking about like what guitar do I want next. And I've been on like I was on like another like Charvel kick again, and then today I've been on like a Gibson kick, and it's been a double cutaway. But the one I really want is like either a special or a junior. And Chicago Music Exchange had one that was like a white double cutaway tribute model that had like a tortoise pick guard, and it had like P90s, and it looked exactly what I wanted, and it was like under $1,000. So
are they just a vintage guitar store, or what are they? Like I know you sent me links to like a bunch of SGs that they had a bunch of like different kind of cool color, like different colors and stuff, non-standard ones and stuff, but I'd never heard of them before.
It's just a guitar store in Chicago that's like fairly big, and they just have really nice gear, really nice guitars. That's all I really know of it. It's not just
like a boutique shop or something like.
It's kind of boutique, but I mean they have like everything. They have like Epiphones, and they have everything like you'd find at like Guitar Center or something. It's just like I think it's like a one-off of like basically a Guitar Center that's kind of better because it's like more specific and unique.
Did you ever
go probably?
Yeah.
I know that Zach's probably been, but have you been to Elderly in Lansing? Have you been to Elderly, Kanem? In Lansing,
I have not. Music? There's one.
That was a Lansing gem.
I think there's like a really good guitar store in like Rochester or Rochester Hills, somewhere north of Detroit. That's supposed to be like kind of like Zach looks like he knows what it is. Do you know that shop?
I don't know what the name of it is. I feel like I always have people talk about it. They'll be like, "Oh, have you been out to this place?" I'm like, "No," but I know it's
then the conversation
that is a true hidden gem.
Yeah, so I want to do that more. I want to go to like more hidden gems. Like I know like there's a guitar store Rudy in Rudy's Music I think in New York that's really cool. It's not really a hidden gem. It's like in the middle of Soho, but it's really cool. But I feel like I haven't been to enough hidden gems. If I'm in Chicago, I want to go to the Chicago Music Exchange because like obviously they have like just like really nice vintage gear and everything, but they also like I sent you those SGs that had like custom. There was like more more unique like paint finish on it, like different colors and everything, and it had like a nice turquoise pickguard and everything. So they get some, for whatever reason, it's big enough to get like unique finishes on specific guitars, and they have like their Chicago Music Exchange exclusives that like are just like really, they're just like have really cool unique guitars. So
I wonder how, this is probably for another episode, but I'm curious how like manufacturers and distributors and stuff work for this stuff, because I don't know how. Like I think about like, well, why would you be able to get a Gibson on there that's not on like Sweetwater or something? But that's cool. It's fascinating to me because like it's like, do they get like special stock from Gibson about on certain custom shop things, or is it like, how does
they just work out exclusive deals? Like it's like anything else. It's like when there's like an exclusive sneaker.
I don't know how that. I don't know. I'm not savvy to that kind of.
I'm not saying I'm savvy, but like it's basically if you have a very specific item, and it's basically a way for like a distributor, like Sweetwater, Chicago Music Exchange, Guitar Center. Those are all technically distributors. It's a way for them to get a special niche, so that customers have to come to their store to buy that item. So it's like just a distribution deal that you work out typically with specific companies. So yeah, I mean that's like you normally see that at like Sweetwater's will have exclusives and Chicago Music Exchange has exclusives, but that also means that the distributing company may have to sometimes like pay additional because they're asking like Gibson to make this specific type of these finishes, so we can sell it to our customers. So they probably don't make as much on each one of those items, but it gets more people to go to their store, which is inevitably what you're looking to happen in a business sense.
Yeah,
and that's business corner.
Yeah, that was a good, very simplified explanation. Thank you.
No problem. But
maybe we should start a guitar store.
God no. I mean,
that's so dangerous. That's like all of us selling like, it's like our favorite thing that we like collecting. Well, I don't know though, because like I feel like, there's a point though. So back to your point about like, being on the grind for the next guitar or the next piece of gear. I feel like I do go through waves of, maybe it's because I'm always obsessed with something gear related, but it's not always specifically guitars. So I feel like I'll go through a wave of being obsessed with guitars, and then I'll go through a wave of being obsessed with like studio kind of stuff or amps and that kind of, and plugins and that kind of stuff. And I feel like maybe owning a guitar store would kill some of that energy, because I would just be like, okay, they're all here, I can always try them. It would cut some of that like, but I just want it. I need to have it in, because like it is, and especially with COVID, I'm not gonna go to Guitar Center now to play guitars, and like you can. I don't want to do that, but like I feel like that makes it even more. It drives even more of the like, it looks great. Should I pull the trigger on it? Just like it gives it a little bit more that mysticism before like going into a thing and being like, oh, I don't like the weight on this, or that can kind of sometimes kill that mysticism around a guitar. Of like are there any guitars that you thought that, like you said, you had this like, oh my god, I love it, and then you tried it and you're like, oh, this is not what I thought?
Yes.
Zach.
Every single Honeyburst Les Paul that I've ever played.
It's not even a different type of guitar, but just
I hear his point. Like the cherry sunburst.
Those are like I've been obsessed with that finish. I'm like, that is my favorite finish. Like, wait, I just want one.
I need to look this one up.
Every single Honeyburst that I've ever played just plays.
What about it? Does it play different? Like, is there a difference?
It just sounds too sticky.
I don't know how to describe it, honestly. Everyone I've played, like I've been like,
didn't you just
this plays bad. No, I don't have
that was a iced tea.
The tribute. I bought a tribute one to flip, but like that's to flip.
I just like offended the Gibson people. It's like, isn't
how
that
dare you?
They're like, dude, that's a vintage cherry burst.
That's Well,
That's a
also
61.
different. That is different. That is different because that's like the satin finish, so it's not like the glossy finish. Like I'm talking about like the glossy, like the most.
Like you're missing out on rent because you bought this guitar.
Like it's supposed to be the most beautiful Les Paul. Like it's just such a great color.
Slap a photo of this when you put this video out.
Yeah. Like it's just it's sexy. It's a sexy Les Paul, and every single one I picked up, doesn't matter if it was $500, doesn't matter if it was $3,000. It has been a piece of crap. So I'm just, I guess Honeyburst and I just weren't meant to be.
The color just fucks it up.
It's a trap.
It ruins the Les Paul at its core. Something about the color of Honeyburst changes the chemistry of a Les Paul. Like the wood chemistry is just it's off.
Could be, and it's like
completely off.
I do feel like sometimes the finishes, because like I definitely find a difference between like no pick guard and pick guard. Like I don't.
You said this about the SG, where like you played like an SG, where like, and pickups are set in the pick guard. And
like when I say that I don't know difference. That could be also placebo. Like it could just be some weird mental thing. But whatever it is, I've found that difference. Oh my! I didn't even know my dog was down here. I found that. Yeah, she's probably agreeing with me about the pick guards, but like I feel like like this one, I love that it doesn't have the thing in it. It has a pick guard, but it doesn't have the pick cup encasing or whatever you call that thing. And I don't know what it is, but like I always just, maybe it's the way that I like rest my hand on it or hold my pinky down on it, but like there's this psychological thing about like.
Wait, is it the plastic ring you're talking about?
Yeah, so no, I'm talking about, before I was talking about the pick guards, but what you were talking about, the encasing, that was a good example, because like the SG that doesn't have that. I don't know if it's just I played a good SG, or if it was something about that not having, because that was, I think, but that was a full pick guard. I don't know. I'll leave that up to it. But yes, basically, I get your point. Sometimes there's something that's stupid, like the color that changes like how you interpret the guitar and whatever. Like,
see, I was just like pulling that out of my ass, but now I'm like thinking about that. Like maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe it's not the Honeyburst Les Paul.
There's nothing wrong with you, Zach.
It's me.
No, there are plenty, just not these things. I will text me. I'll let you know what's wrong with you. These are not.
I have a spreadsheet.
I have an Excel spreadsheet that I've organized.
All right.
That was good.
I see how it is. Hey, remember who edits the videos?
Yeah, you gotta edit that video back in here.
Yeah, edit that. Every time Prabhu says some shit, just edit in John Layer.
John Layer.
When he said that, I know I watched the completely wrong edit that you sent, but it's like I feel like a minute after you texted that, Prabhu just said John Layer. I was like, oh shit, he said that like twice at least.
Blame it on alcohol.
Where's your White Claws, by the way? You guys aren't.
I'm out, dude. I don't drink ever now. It's good. I'm like more awake and more healthy. It's just like, this is the only reason I drink.
You're welcome.
I had Bailey's. That was the one time, and then I got drunk off of that. I had Bailey's with coffee, and that was it. And then
Fuzzy Little Man Peach.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Little Man Peach.
Thank you.
You want to go to a club where people wait on each other?
It's the picture of Bailey's.
I'm all great.
Really close.
I don't know what you guys are referencing.
Almost touching your eyes.
You don't know what Old Greg is? All right, I'll send that to you after.
Peach. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, they talk kind of funny. All right. Like,
for anyone watching this who has never seen Old Greg, go to YouTube right now and type in Old Greg. And you're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah.
You don't have to watch the whole thing. It's a pretty long video. But like,
you do have to watch the whole thing.
You got to at least get to the part where he starts singing.
I need to make
Let's put it this way. If you start watching it, you will probably end up watching the whole thing. So you're welcome.
That's true. You're welcome.
Kanem, do you have a guitar that's been a sour disappointment?
Sour disappointment.
Okay, maybe not a sour disappointment, but like just was not what you expected.
Not what I expected. So I think the ones I think about are the Epiphone Riviera that I had, which is like a semi-hollow guitar, 3P90 pickups, beautiful like red wine, cherry finish, like gold hardware. It's just a really nice looking guitar, and I enjoyed it a lot. But like what I think it's just my playing style is what kind of soured it for me over time. Is that I play maybe not like at the time I was probably not playing like the like high gain, but I was playing hard rock, and that combined with a single coil hollow body guitar was just like feedback hell, and that's kind of between that and then like I knew I was going to probably be like moving in the near future, and I felt like I had at the time I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4. Five or six guitars that I'd be moving with, and I was just like, I gotta sell one at least. Like, I'm not gonna have room for this when I move. So that's kind of what like encouraged me to get rid of it, though. It's just it wasn't hitting all of the spots for, especially when I was playing live. Like if I was playing at home or just recording or something, it was a great guitar. It worked in all those facets, but it just didn't. Every other guitar like would tick every box or ticked a very specific box that would make it like make it a guitar that I'd never get rid of, but that one would just like you fuck me over when I'm playing live, and I just sound like a feedback banshee. So yeah, there's that. Banshee. Sustain was it just never stopped.
He's got the gain, but not the sustain.
Exactly.
What? He's got the gain, but not the sustain.
I watched This Is Spinal Tap when I was a little kid, but I feel like I should watch it now because I feel like I would appreciate it a lot more that I know.
I need to rewatch it.
I played it.
I didn't
watch it
I've
before I
never
played guitar, so I didn't actually.
Maybe that's a whole episode where we just sit down and watch Spinal Tap together.
A reaction, a 2-hour reaction video.
It's just us. It's our faces watching it.
A reaction video. Yes.
Twitch stream.
You just cut it up in 1 minute segments and just upload it to TikTok one by one.
Yeah, hell yeah. I have something off topic, but it's interesting, and it's an experiment that I want to try. So, I don't remember how I located this, but I found. Well, okay. Have you ever heard of a Chibson?
No.
Oh, so, it's a Chinese fake Gibson. Yeah,
it's a Chinese knockoff
Gibson.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said Chibson.
No, I did.
Yeah,
Chip.
I thought you was like talking about like, some microchip.
Yeah.
No. Chibson.
All right.
Chibson.
So, how about this? Let's pick up the Chibson in the next call. Sound good?
John Lair.
So a brand new / Les Paul Gibson with all the fancy, beautiful things about it is $3,000. Okay.
Reasonable.
How much do you think a Chibson? Huh?
$3,000 for a Les Paul Standard?
Yes.
/ Les Paul Standard, sorry.
No, like a normal Les Paul Standard.
What?
For a /
like,
Les Paul Standard.
Yeah. Oh, / Okay, I was like, dude, why is it 3? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, everything else is like 2,500, like 2,000 maybe, but probably 2,500.
That's still. I think. Well, mine. Yeah, I guess that's $2,000. Wow.
SGs are the bastard stepchild of Les Pauls.
And I got the P90s, so yeah. They're a little cheaper.
Well, even
the specials are cheaper.
Guys, you're missing the point.
Yeah, exactly.
So, ballpark range, what do you think a Chibson / Les Paul is?
It's 500.
300.
Wow, it's actually pretty good. It's about 300. So, here, let me show you these.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I actually was Googling a lot of those.
Like, this thing looks exactly the same. And check it out. If you buy 20 pieces, 20 of them, they're only 128.
It's 128 per guitar, though, right?
Yes.
Dude,
I mean, that's wild, dude.
The thing is, though,
are you gonna get one?
So I'm really, because I know the pickups are gonna be absolute.
That's
trash.
The hardware is where I would get most nervous.
So the pickups are trash. The wiring I'm concerned about, but I'm like thinking because I have a set of Slash humbuckers that aren't in any of my guitars right now. So I'm like, maybe I should buy one of these dirt cheap but beautiful looking Chibsons and just pop those pickups in it and see if it sucks. Because there's two sides of this argument. Because I know someone who buys Chibsons all the time. And he said he's had some that are dope, and he's had some that are just like complete garbage. So that's one problem.
So like a regular Les Paul.
Yeah, like he said,
honestly, at the
like a regular Les Paul, exactly.
At the very worst,
trash.
At the very least, like your Chibson is probably gonna be an Epiphone standard.
If
not, maybe worse if you get a bad one, but you might get a better one. And if
might be a better one.
And I think that.
What's the return policy?
There probably isn't one. I don't know. I didn't look that far into it, but it's $300 and it's free shipping. So, but so the one argument is, well, maybe that stuff doesn't matter too much because it's about the person playing the guitar. But I mean, I feel like that kind of really matters too.
That matters for every guitar, though. You know, like I mean, you can have someone like. I'll play your guitar and I'll sound like me, kind of, you know, like I'm not going to sound like you because I don't know how to play like you. And like, I had a roommate that had a maybe you can find the right Chibson Les Paul, but like I had a roommate in college who had this brand that I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it's a Chibson or just another knockoff brand. But it was like a Les Paul that was like a skinny, slim, like kind of like this guitar. And it was this color. It was this red, slim Les Paul. And I feel like the name was like a person's name. It was like the name of the brand was like a full person's name. But like that guitar was this cheap guitar. It reminded me of like the Epiphone Les Paul Special 2. I think that's one of the best cheap guitars you could get. It's like $150 and like fun. Doesn't sound like it's not a Les Paul, but like that's why I like it because it's like slim and fast. But
why
hard pass?
Why a hard pass on an Epiphone Special?
Why? Because he says it doesn't sound anything like a Les Paul.
Well, no, So
well, wait. How does I'm curious. How does it not sound like a Les Paul?
Because I'm not saying sound. I'm not saying sound. I said play.
Well, how's the Les Paul supposed to play? I mean, isn't it supposed to be a single cut?
Compared to the Les Pauls that I had of just the traditional, like, beefy, like, kind of stockier build, it's a much lighter guitar. Okay. I
feel like I had a Junior. And
so that's the thing.
It was an Epiphone Junior. It's pretty fantastic. But
I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm not a particular person.
I like playing the Special 2 more. I was just saying So let me clarify. It's not like playing a Les Paul standard or whatever people's typical idea of a Les Paul, but that Chibson guitar, whatever knockoff brand, played so awesome, and I don't know what brand it was, and I've been trying to search for it, and it was probably like a $300, $200 guitar, but like it was so fun, and like I feel like they're hidden gems that you can like.
See, but like I feel like a Les Paul that plays like that, like it's fast. Like I feel like that completely defeats the purpose of the guitar because like a Les Paul is just like inconvenient.
A Les Paul is supposed to be like, you feel like a Les Paul is supposed to be inconvenient by nature?
Like think about it. It has
supposed to give you a hernia every time you do a bend.
Yeah, right. If you go to play in the higher register, it's not convenient.
Dude, it's like the cutaway is so.
Yeah, but for a fast neck, for somebody who's like trying to get up to those spots and just like totally shred, like the Les Paul like sucks for that.
Fair enough.
I find the Les Paul a recording guitar. I find I do
Ooh, no,
miss.
I find a Les Paul is a live guitar.
Dude, really? Because like to me, I that's the one thing I miss about my Les Paul is how that thickness and stuff. When I sit down, it didn't matter, and like some of like playing the Les Paul when I sat down, and especially the Epiphone more than the LTD. I like the ESP, but like the Epiphone one, closest thing to the Gibson Les Paul I've owned, was like I don't know. There was that roundness to the neck and just like the way that like I did like soloing on it when I was sitting there, but like playing live and like all that kind of stuff. It felt inconvenient, but like
Hmm.
if I could like sit here and like angle it at a way that played best for me, or if I had to hit to that high register thing, I could like doesn't Slash like do this thing like doesn't he like put his stuff
I've seen
like
him do that. And
like
Well, I think don't his guitars normally have like the notch cut out in the back now?
the new
Like he
ones
has like
do.
a high performance. I thought that was a really great idea that Gibson did, is like starting to do the high performance models. Like I kind of liked like I never had one, I never played one, but I like the idea of it at least.
See, like most people hated it, so they
I know.
stopped doing it. Like they were like trying to be really progressive with their designs. Maybe I think they still have like those notch
a
ones for
Les
like the
Paul
modern.
without the headstock.
No, but like did you see like the automated tuners and stuff that they had for a
Yeah.
couple of years, like in 2014 or something? Like they were trying to bring out like these like
It did like a
like
robot
really like
blue finish thing with like
weird colors and like automated tuners and stuff, and like people just like
hated them.
hated it.
I wouldn't.
I didn't have the money at the time, so
Yeah.
I'd rather them put that money into perform like high quality woods and hardware than like flashy little things like the automatic tuners. Like I'd rather.
I don't know. It's just like the timing of me having any like amount of money to buy a Gibson and those coming out were not at the same time.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
something like I think is subtly very nice to just be like strum, it tunes itself. Let's fucking go.
Do they work well though? That's my thing. Is that like
the second generation works better than the first?
Yeah,
that's what I know.
I never used it, so like I'd rather, to me, rather than an automatic tuner, have a like a locking tuner or something like, or like something that's just like not the Floyd Rose thing, the thing on the back, but like I don't know. I feel like, well, even if you got your Chibson for $300, maybe this could be an episode where we spec out your Chibson. So like you buy the Chibson and then we try to see how far we set your budget and see if we can high modify your Chibson and then see how it plays compared to a Les Paul. I think that.
I was gonna say, like, I want to do a shootout with it and see if it sucks. Worst case scenario, I have this beautiful Chibson that I can just hang on my wall and never play. And people, like, it says Gibson and everything. Like, it's absolute
so how legal
copyright
is it to buy that?
And it's, huh?
How much of a garbage person do you have to be buying fake Gibson?
See, at least you own some. You own.
It's illegal to sell them, but it's legal to buy them.
Doesn't work with drugs that way.
If I purchase,
officer, it's legal to buy this weed,
if I was deceiving people, like if I was like, hey, check out my $3,000 Gibson because it says Gibson at the top, and then some poor soul is like, I love Slash. It's probably me. I'm the poor soul, and I spent $3,000 on a $300 guitar. That's illegal, obviously.
So
not condoning.
That's different to me. Is that so? The Chibsons that I'd seen were just knockoff brands. I was not looking into the ones that were like straight up Gibson, like just
they all
slap that.
They say Gibson at the top, like it's absolute copyright infringement. Like, but apparently Gibson's like, as long as like if you sell it somewhere and you say that it's fake, they supposedly don't get mad. I'm just gonna buy it and play it. I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down that road. But
well, and you're not gonna sell it for. I mean, if you sell it for $2,000, you're gonna get, you're faking out, like, you know, and that's
Yeah.
wrong. Like,
That's
you
bad.
would have to
Being
sell it
bad
as a
for-
Chibson, which
Yes.
you're not gonna resell it as.
No.
Have you
Anyway,
seen
but
Yeah, he will.
I
Have
was
you
just
seen
hanging out on my wall.
the lawsuit era guitars?
No,
What?
but I have one of those.
Really? Like
Oh.
the 70s lawsuit era Ibanez's? Like,
There's
they
like
have-
Ibanez.
No, I'm sorry.
What,
Ibanez-
Ibanez,
I have a different-
ESP,
I have a different-
PRS. I think Gibson sued them all.
Ibanez
I
had
have a
an
different
SG.
lawsuit one.
Oh, which
I
one
have
do
a
you have?
Lotus.
What is
Lotus.
that?
I don't know.
What, or what does it look like? Is it like an SG or
No,
or
it
not
looks
an
like
SG? Is it like a
it looks
Les
like a
Paul?
Les Paul. It was the very first guitar that I ever played. I still have it at my parents' house. I think it's like one of the pickups didn't work in it, but like I loved it just because it looked like a Les Paul, but it was like really crappy, like a really crappy looking Les Paul. And I have a picture somewhere on Facebook of me holding it, and I have no idea how to play guitar, but I thought it'd be like this cool angsty picture to post. So I'm gonna like edit that in too. I look so stupid. I'm like trying to be all cool with my little Lotus Les Paul, and I'm like playing like a G power chord. Oh yeah.
Oh, power chord, not even the. I was like,
No, it was a G power chord.
hell yeah, that's a hard one, dude.
I'm a
That's
loser.
It's a hard. That power chord's so much more difficult than all the other power chords.
It is, dude. It's pretty low there. You gotta stretch your hands. It hurts my hands.
F is the worst.
Why do you think I'm playing drop D all the time?
I don't know, man. All right,
Play
I
us
don't know.
out.
play us out. Is it time? I mean, it is time. That's why I said all right like that. I'm not gonna play it like it isn't. All right. Thank you, guys.
Fuck you, Kanem.
Yes. Give me all the applause.
That was good, man.
Thank you. It's all right. I just played G minor blues, just because I know how much you guys love just standard 12 bars.
G minor, that's a hard power chord.
No, I love I just don't love 20 blues songs in a row.
What? Come on.
I can't.
Why not?
Can't.
Why not?
I get bored.
I can't remember beyond that. So we'll just leave it like that. All right.
That was good enough.
Thank you. Well, that was good enough. That's the Texas flood, man.
That was great.
It's like it just warms your soul.
That's like that's probably my top 3 blues songs of all time.
All right, let's finish up with top 3 blues songs.
Outro and then epilogue.
No, we can't. We gotta stay with the next time.
All right, sounds good. All right, top 3 blues songs next time. Thank you.
Okay.
Kanem out.
Bye.